All right. Congressman Roger Williams joining us. Carla Marion, Ernie Brown in the newsroom. It's 8:34. Congressman, thank you so much for your time tonight.
Well, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
I was interested in watching some interviews with some witnesses tonight, as they all said virtually the same thing. Nobody was surprised something like this took place. What do you think?
Well, it's exactly what I think. I go back to 2017 with the baseball shoot, and I remember when the first shots rang out, I drove into the dugout. And as I was driving in the dugout, I thought to myself, I'm not surprised this is happening. And they're not surprised. I mean, we talk about this all the time, the condition of our country right now, the world, with the anger and the hate. Anything can happen. It just takes one person like this mad person to decide they're going to hurt somebody, and here we go. But and it comes at a horrible time. It should never happen, but we've got our convention coming up now. And there's a lot of anger out there, and I'm so grateful for the president being okay, and the Secret Service and law enforcement, how they took care of him.
Have you received a briefing or any information behind the scenes on this yet?
We have not received a full briefing as of yet. I would expect possibly we might have it tonight.
In talking with fellow lawmakers, presumably since this all happened, Congressman, what is the general consensus? What is the general emotion behind this? I can only imagine what you are feeling, you and your colleagues.
Well, I mean, first of all, we're thankful that President Trump made it. We're so sorry for the family that lost a loved one. But there again, it makes us mad. I mean, I'm mad as heck right now. We don't know anything. I don't know anything about the perpetrator. I haven't heard. But it gets back to being up there every single day. We talk about it. Is the hate and the anger and the dislike for people right now never works out. We've got an election coming up. We need to elect people, fair and square, and we need to be calm about it. But unfortunately, that's not the nature of what we're involved in right now. So I think most of my colleagues that I've talked to are very mad. We're very aware of what's out there, what we're faced with ahead, and we got to be involved. We got to get the message out and see if we can do it peacefully.
Well, this obviously is something that you can go back to up close and personal in that congressional baseball practice shooting in Alexandria, Virginia, back in 2017. Guns being shot at you. Can you describe what you think President Trump was feeling up there?
Well, I know that he was concerned. And all this happened so quick, and the baseball shooting, we were under attack for 10 minutes, and a lot of it goes through your head, and you want to hope you see your family again and your children, your grandchildren, and your friends. And I'm sure that was all going through his head, too. And it's a horrible situation, and one you don't forget. And I think that that's where he was. He's a family man. He loves his country. He's got grandchildren. And that's what went through my mind when we were being shot at during the baseball game. So unless you've been through it, it's hard to explain it.
Congressman, what do you tell your constituents, American people listening, North Texans right now who are emotional, maybe like you, angry or saddened or worried, scared? Look, having been through what you've been through and your experience in both in Washington and the other places you've served, what can you tell the American people to reassure them at such a time as this?
Well, that's a great question because people are scared and nervous. I think that I'm going to tell my constituents, and I've already given some interviews, that we cannot be afraid. We need to be aware. This is an awareness issue. It's an awareness business. At a moment in time, we have to be aware and not afraid. We're going to have people that are not want to get involved now in politics because of this. But I can tell you, I've heard from people tonight that say, how can I get involved? They're going to do this. They're going to do that. They're going to help a candidate. They're going to run for something. They want to be a part of the turning this country around to where we can be peaceful again, agree to disagree. But I think a lot of people are getting motivated to get involved with the process rather than get out.
This is Congressman Roger Williams. One of the other things I've been hearing that seems like a common thread is there are other worries about somebody else doing this very same thing. For example, it's opened the door now for the types of people who would do this type of thing.
Yeah, well, I guess people could see that if they think that way, they may try it. But we have the greatest law enforcement in the world, and we're protected by the greatest men and women there are. There's risk to everything. We all know that. There's risk in life, whether you're talking about politics, business, or anything. But those risks we need to take because we have to save our country.
All right. This is Congressman Roger Williams. Congressman, always a pleasure. Thank you so much for calling WBAP tonight.
God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Likewise. Likewise.